Hi, this is Elliott. I've been coming over to Benidorm for over 20 years now on holiday and working here as well. I always get asked by my friends and family and complete strangers about Benidorm and where you should go when you first come. If you've never been before, there's a lot to take in. It's a massive place, so hopefully this video will help. This hotel behind me is the Sol Pelicanos. I'm going to use this as a reference point as it's one of the most famous hotels in Benidorm. This is also known as the Solana in the Benidorm TV show. Okay, so if you come out the front doors of the Pelicanos and turn left, that'll take you to the famous indoor market, which is a great place to buy little bits and bobs you might need on holiday, also to change your money. There's lots of different places around, and I'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. So you can't go wrong. Out the Pelicanos, turn left is the indoor market. And if you come out of there and you turn right, that takes you towards the main strip where all the cabaret bars are and all the neon. You cannot miss the main strip of Benidorm. Okay, so we've turned left out the front doors of the Pelicanos. I'm going to speed things up a little bit, just so I don't bore you too much. Watch out for the micro scooters, they will run you over. There's a lot more of them than mobility scooters at the moment. The building on the left is the Sol Ocas, which is another part of the Pelicanos Hotel. This is the first entrance to the indoor market. This is where you can get lots of bits and bobs, which you'll see right now, including some nice cakes. And you can get sausage rolls and birthday cakes and things there as well. You can get loads of cheap tat and clothes and shoes and nonsense like that, and you can change your money in the indoor market too. There's 2 or 3 exchange places where you'll get the proper rate. Also a butcher's. If you are self-catering and got an apartment and want to do some cooking, you can get all your fruit and veg and stuff in here quite cheap and fresh as well. Just about to come up on the left is one of the biggest exchange places in the indoor market. As it says at the top, no minimum and no commission. So that what it says there, that 107, that's how much you will get for £1. Cheap belts, always been a thing in Benidorm, and if you want to get those little fish that clean your feet, they do that in here as well. I'm going to show you on the left hand side, this is the nearest, I'd say, big supermarket, so the cheapest place to buy water and soft drinks and any food. There's loads of little places scattered around town, but this will be the cheapest. So we're back at the Sol Pelicanos Hotel, and we've turned right out of the main doors this time. This is where you can top up your mobility scooter if you run out of juice. These ATMs, these yellow and blue ones, have just popped up all over town. I think they do charge you a little bit of money to take some cash out on those, so just be careful and read everything it says before you take any money out. This little shop is actually one of the best supermarkets around town just for drinks and ice creams. It's really fairly priced. Another ATM there. They are everywhere at the moment. This is a bodega where you can get cheap spirits to take home or have on your holidays. Now, be careful. This place coming up, it says change there and money exchange. This place will rip you off. Do not ever change your money in here. There's a little thing on this yellow board at the bottom in blue that says the rate displayed is only if you change €2,000. So if you go in there and change anything under €2,000, they will rip you off and give you about 75% of what you'd get elsewhere. It's been there forever. I don't know how it's still operating, but it's dodgy as hell, so stay away. This is one of the big hotels in town, one of the newest ones as well, called the Flash Hotel on the right hand side. They have loads of entertainment in the daytime and early evening as well on their terrace. Now coming up in front of us, this is a new building. This is the local police station and tourist information. I don't know too much about that place, but it's obviously a go-to place if you do need to see someone and report any sort of crime. This road splits off now. To the right hand side will take you to the Riviera Hotel and Uncle Ped's Bar and a few other bars down there, but we're going to concentrate on the left hand side down Calle Gerona. So this first bar in front of us that's shaped like a big ship is the Morgan Tavern, also known as Neptune's Bar. If you go in there, it should look very familiar because it was where the Benidorm TV show was filmed. This place is a working club though, and as you can see in front there on all of the boards is all the entertainment that you'll see each night. Most clubs in Benidorm will have a board out front with what's going on that night. They also have Facebook pages as well. It's a karaoke bar and a fast food restaurant, and then the Waikiki Bar, which is another nice sun terrace. Not today, it's quite gloomy, but most of the time it's sunny. Down this side street here, this is Talk of the Coast's board. They always have some great shows on in there, and this is the board for Valentine's. And when I filmed this, Chrissy Rock was in town from Benidorm too. She's there quite frequently, so you might just catch her and lots of other acts around town who you might have recognised from the Benidorm TV show. Big hotel on the right is the Ambassador, and just coming up on the left is the Benidorm Palladium's board. And when I filmed this in July 2019, that was me there, 9 o'clock, followed by Levi G, Danny Downing and Jamie Summers. It's a great, beautiful cabaret bar. I know I'm biased, but it is, and it's just down this side alley. And before you get there, you'll find the Black Chicken as well, which is one of the most famous karaoke bars in town. Now, John and Joseph's, it says on that board, but that isn't actually John and Joseph's. This place next door that says J and J's, that's the original John and Joseph's. They just trademarked the name next door. Not very nice of them, but yeah, it's famous. John and Joseph's, now called J and J's. Place on the left there is cheap pizza, €2 a slice at night. Can't go wrong when you've come out of the clubs to get a bit of pizza. There's actually quite a lot of food places on the left-hand side. There's a curry place coming up as well. On the right, you've got the Western Saloon, one of the nice rowdy bars at night, which has got some great live entertainment on. I think everyone who plays there actually plays instruments and is a live band, including my friend, Mr. Pablo Bloom, the best in town, Pablo Bloom. Diego Cabitu, you've also got Christian Cabitu, who you'll see around the town, very famous brothers. These are the cheap drinks offers, which are in the daytime. You'll see that on the board. It says till 7 o'clock, because after that, that's when you start paying cabaret prices. All the cabaret is free to watch in town, but you'll just pay slightly more for your drinks. Obviously, that's what's paying the acts, so it's worth it. Another euro or two on your drink, but you're getting some top-class entertainment and so much variety. So many different people and different acts on the Benidorm cabaret scene. You should all be able to find something that'll keep you entertained at night, from a tribute show to a comedian, drag queen, or even a speciality act a little bit later on in the night. Just check the boards in the daytime or the Facebook pages of the clubs, and you'll be able to get a full itinerary of what you want to see that night. There's also stuff on in the day, lots of live sport. You won't miss a football match or other sporting event when you're in Benidorm. There's a few takeaways here and cabaret bars, including Rockefeller's, which is just in front of us now. That's one of the biggest in town too, with some of the big acts. Tony Scott and Albie Senior have been around the town for a long time, and this is one of the Take That tributes to The Flood and Diego Cabitu. The Red Lion Club, this is probably more suited to stag and hen do's and big groups. It can get quite boisterous in there, quite famous, but something for everybody. That's Benidorm. Some more of the ATMs that charge you a little bit to take the money out as well. If you have forgot your shoes, or you lost your shoes, or you just want some new shoes, here's the cheap shoe shop. You can even get Crocs. Not real Crocs, snide Crocs. There they are. €4. Can't go wrong at that. Rocky's Karaoke Bar there. That's been in town for a very, very long time. And there's some bars on the opposite side too, which have live music on at night. And coming up on the left-hand side is the world's best KFC. It's great because the food tastes good, but also you never know what you're going to see in there. There's lots of characters at night. And KFC started to do these €5 boxes. They've been doing it for a few years now, and you get quite a lot of food for that. So if you are on a budget, you can get some cheap food, which I find it really tasty in KFC. Broadway Bar. That's one of the big clubs again. We're getting close to the square now, so lots of speciality acts. And there you go, your cheap daytime drinks and sports events. And in front of you, the Zodiac, which is a cabaret bar. And my favourite comic in town, which is Gary George. He's amazing. Just up that road is the main square. I'm not going up there this time, but that is all the nightclubs, all the dancing, and all the younger people up there. This is the entrance to the Secret Fountain Bar, which is very popular and a great sun trap to go in and spend a few hours of your day. Just go down that side alley and up the stairs to the right. On your left-hand side, you have two Irish bars. The main one is the Shamrock on the left, which has been around for a long time and has a full Irish band on at night. And Dublin House, which I think has just opened recently. Oh, it's changed hands. It's an Irish bar nonetheless. On the right-hand side is the Marina Hotel, and it's got a massive big screen up on the right-hand side, as you can see, and anyone is allowed to go in there. They have barbecues, foam parties. It's a really good get-together place and a good place to watch live sport events. There's a few bars on the left there, the Queen Vic, and coming up to Tiki City too. And there's another cabaret bar, the White Star. There's a lot going on with the Hotel Marina. It's not a bad place to stay, very central, and yeah, there's a lot going on from cabaret to that big pool and sports events. Tiki City is the sister bar of Tiki Beach, which you might know if you've been to Benidorm before, which is on the beachfront. And on each of these corners here, there is a bar. You've got Planet Benidorm on the left, which is only a few years old as well, and Andy's bar on the right, which is quite simple but effective. Just plastic chairs, cheap drinks, and a sun terrace. You don't really need much more than that. This was one of the gloomier days when I was there in July. It had been scorching for a month before this, I promise you. Tobacco is regulated in Benidorm and Spain, and all the tobacco shops look the same, so you're going to pay the same price wherever you go. You got the Yorkshire Pride, which is just being hidden by that truck. Lovely big meals there, very popular in Benidorm. And the Winning Post, if you want to put a bet on, that is the place to go. You've got a dodgy little supermarket there, very expensive though, these little ones, so try and stick to the main ones. Scruffy Murphy's, another Irish bar, which has been around a long time. And if you want to get drunk and get a tattoo, why not do it here? This place was on TV, on the Bargain Brits in the sun. Another expensive supermarket. And Jumping Jacks, massive, massive big sun terrace. They have some people playing guitar out there too, as well in the daytime. And they've got sporting events on the big screen on the right. We're coming up to the very end of the strip now, and you've got the Rockstar Bar on the right with another big sun terrace. If you go further up, that takes you into the Old Town, which is a completely different side of Benidorm as well. So give that a view if you've explored the rest of the town. That is the end of Calle Gerona. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little insight and beginner's guide to Benidorm. If you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and if you've got any questions, just drop them in the comments below.